make your content stand out online. Hey there, I am Abby Herman from Right Solutions, and today on the blog we're talking about the 5 essentials of a great blog. Well, one of the things you need to have is some personality in your content. So today we're talking about how to make your online voice really stand out apart from others. In order to engage in your audience, you need to have that voice or that personality really stand out so the people who you want to attract will be attracted to you and your brand. So one way to do that is to think first about your audience. Think about one ideal client, not a client persona, not a client avatar, but one person who you either work with or who you want to work with who is an ideal client. Think about what she likes, what she dislikes, and as you're writing, talk directly to that one person. Another way to make your voice really stand out is to be yourself. So a lot of people say to write how you talk, and while that's true to a point, if I tried to write like I talked, everything would come out in a big giant jumbled mess, and I don't think anybody would read anything I wrote. So write like you talk to a point. Don't try to insert words into your copy that don't really resonate with you, or don't use words that other people use just because you think that they sound good. Write like you are and like your personality, and as you reread your writing before you post it live, reread and make sure that it really does sound like you and it really resonates with you and who you are and that image that you want to portray online. Another way to make sure that your voice stands out online is to make sure that the content that you create is aligned with your core values. Is it something that you believe in? Is it something that addresses your values and the reason why you started your business? For example, one of my core values is to empower and educate women to help them grow their business in a cost-effective way. So when I create content, I think about whether or not my content, what I'm creating for people, is really helping people. Is it educating people? Is it allowing them to grow their business using content in a way that isn't going to cost them the farm? So I try to make sure that everything I create has some sort of educational value and helps to empower people to grow their businesses. The fourth way to make sure that your voice and your personality shines through all of your content is to know what your unique selling proposition is. What is it that makes you unique and different from others in your industry? How do you stand out? What do you bring to the table that someone else might not be able to bring to the table? Or how do you bring things to the table in a different way? So think about that as you're writing and as you're creating content, and make sure that that's included in there somewhere. You don't need to directly say, hey, I bring a lot of personality to the table. Show it in your content and in the way that you write the information and create the content that you are putting out there for the world. And a final way to make sure that your voice and your personality stands out in everything that you do is to know who you are and who you're not. Now, that might sound really silly because, of course, you know who you are and who you're not, and you know what your core values are. But sometimes we get so wrapped up in this online Facebook, YouTube world that we start doing things that maybe don't align with who we are and the image that we want to portray online. So think about that and be aware of that as you're creating content, as you are posting videos, as you're doing Insta stories. Think about who you are and make sure that you are being true to yourself. It's really important to stay true to you because that's how you will grow the business that you love. If you have any questions or need more information, head on over to my blog and find out about the 5 essentials of a great blog. And you can also grab a worksheet that I have created that will help you to find and identify your online voice. If you like the information that I have provided here, please subscribe to the channel and I will see you soon.